episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Zig Garcia. Hello!
And I'm Mike Delisio.
We're here to talk about things you can back on Kickstarter and GameFound if you so desire and so want to. But if you don't desire and don't want to, you can still win a copy of a game that's on Kickstarter right now.
Say what? Not
for Dice Tower employees and their families.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Now?
And friends. No, that wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work. Yeah.
No.
The friends can apply. This is a worldwide contest for 2 copies of Castle Panic. Castle Panic's the Ultra Super Deluxe versions on Kickstarter right now. Castle Panic was a pretty, not small game, but like a medium-sized game that was some cards and little tokens that came and attacked your castle and you defended it. But now you can get miniatures. You can get everything in one giant box, including the newest expansion. What is the newest expansion, you might wonder? Email us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put the word castle, and in the body, tell us what the name of the newest expansion is.
So you were teasing us is what you were doing. You were teasing us.
I was
What's that word?
I was
were you
foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing. Yes, that's what I was. I was foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's the second time we've asked you for that word, Z, in the last few weeks, I think.
You should
I think I did.
that
I think
we
I
will
was
ask
stumbling
Really?
for that word
For
a while
that
back.
same word?
That word.
Well, the last time you were just foreshadowing this time.
Anyway, so Castle Panic, a really fun game. This is a great, if you're like looking for a cooperative game for families, this is definitely one of the best. So that's our contest. Alrighty, well, before we jump into our Kickstarters, and there's a lot to look at today, we're going to hear a little bit from Mark.
This week's Spotlight is brought to you by Mighty Boards. Vengeance Roll and Fight is an action movie in a box where you play as vigilantes intent on wiping out the gangs that plague your city. You will be building combos, striking off enemies, and scoring points for an action-packed, brain-teasing fighting game that's easy to learn and hard to master. The aim is to infiltrate a gang's den, carve your way through its rooms, and take the boss down, while completing side objectives. The game is split into 3 parts: planning, fighting, and montage. Players will roll and re-roll 4 dice in real time, aiming to roll a combination of dice that match an ability they wish to trigger in the upcoming fight phase. Assigning dice to an ability allows players to fill their hand back to 4 dice from a large, common pool and repeat the process as quickly as they can manage. Once the dice pool is depleted, the fighting proper begins. Players then take a set of dice assigned to an ability and execute that ability, moving their pieces through rooms full of enemies and crossing them out when they're hit with the multitude of available abilities. Finally, players heal and upgrade their characters, bring new abilities and items into play to help them on their road to vengeance. For more information, please go check out the campaign, which is now on Kickstarter.
All right, let's take a look here at Save Patient Zero. That's our first thing this week. There's a lot of this now, kind of help people, hospital, stop the virus thing.
Yeah.
So this game, and this is from Helvetic.
Oh, Helvetic.
This is only their second project. I'm actually not sure what their first one is.
Yeah, I didn't think they did. They usually do the little kind of kids games, usually, not always.
Oh, never mind. They did this before but canceled it. Okay.
Yeah, and they have some abstracts that they've done in the past as well. But yes, you're right. Their line is those little ones.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, they are not a company that I love their stuff. To the point where if you tell me it's one of their games,
If it's a what game? Hit them again.
Helvetic.
Yes, if it's one of their games,
You gotta say it one time.
Helvetic.
Yeah.
If it's one of their games,
Helvetic.
Yeah, you got to come up on that last syllable. Yeah, the only one I played by them was a little Knizia game. I don't think I've played any other Helvetic games.
I've played a couple of those little ones. They're real hit or
for
miss.
a while, about 10 years ago, they were distributed by Asmodee in America, and they had some pretty rough games.
Wasn't there a Matterhorn game that was like a Grail game for a while because it wasn't released in the U.S.?
Maybe.
I can't remember what that was called. Anyway,
let's jump back here to Patient Zero.
Shall we?
It looks, I watched the video and then I went through the images and there's just not a great explanation going on here. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm not sure I get the idea of what they're saying I should be doing, and that's really not coming across to me.
Right.
So even after I went through everything, I saw the video and I thought to myself, what's the hook? Like, how are you getting me in the door here?
It's team versus team deduction.
Right, and it's a race. You're trying to race to figure out.
With a game master.
Yeah.
With what looks like, they're saying they're molecules, but they look like poorly drawn continents.
They do, yes.
Yes, right. Yeah, I was really not feeling this one. I'm sorry. It might be a great game, and I think this is going to be a very good one for folks that work in this field.
I played Bandito. Okay. Yeah.
You know, people who work in this field or people who are very, very interested in the science behind it. But it was not grabbing me at all. I don't dislike this theme.
No.
But when you go so deep into it, where now I'm like, you know, like those people breaking down molecules and what have you. I'm like, you've lost me. You went too deep.
Alrighty. Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I want a savvy mode. That's the problem.
Magical Unicorn Quest Unicorn Trader. This one's only on here because it's making a decent amount of money. We got a copy of Magical Unicorn one time. I am not convinced I played it. But I know it's one of those take that style games, but not as a trader. Hey, you were excited about this week's games. I remember you distinctly saying that.
Yeah.
I will be.
Don't you want a freckled, star freckled?
This video too was so grating. Oh my god!
I don't know. At a certain point, I start to feel, and maybe it's because I'm jaded. Maybe the problem
Maybe I
isn't
did
mine.
play this game.
But it feels to me that this is very, very cynical. This to me feels like, okay, how can we make a bunch of money on Kickstarter? Unicorns, take that. It just seems like it's a formula. You know, it just seems so.
Oh, for sure. Oh, this is like
formulaic.
Transformers 4.
Right.
For sure. Like, this is like, what's popular?
Right.
How do we manufacture this thing by committee? You know what I mean?
Right.
I stuck it in one of my 8 negative reviews. Okay.
So did you like it?
No.
That was a joke.
I remember playing this now. I played it with my kids. It did not go well because essentially you were trying to get. It's one of those things where you try to get a unicorn, but then someone else kills it, type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right, let's go to my father's work. This one, $750,000.
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
This looks
of
interesting.
money.
This looks quite intriguing. I don't think at any point they say this is a legacy game, but it kind of feels like one.
Yeah,
Well,
ish.
from what I understand is it's one long campaign game.
Right.
It's one game.
Okay.
It's long. What'd you say? 3 hours?
3 hours, and that's the one thing that worries me a little bit about it, is that it has a 3 hour. That's on the box. 3 hours on the box, which means it's probably potentially longer.
But is that a session or?
I think so. That's the impression I get, because otherwise, why would you put that on the box?
Because they want to make sure you know that, hey, you're going to get this much time.
It says there's scenarios.
Yeah.
So
And I believe there are 4 scenarios maybe in the base, or no? Yeah, 3.
this is an interactive app. It looks very similar to the game we just got, which is Destinies.
Yeah.
What I was interested in this one was it's called My Father's Work for a reason, because you're like playing generational.
Yes.
I like that concept a lot.
I like the idea of you're tucking cards to leave knowledge for the people that are coming after you. That's a neat idea.
Yeah, right. So you're doing your scientist thing, your mad scientist thing, and then you pass on some knowledge, and some is lost to time, and then you do the next generation.
Right.
I don't know, Mike, if it's 3 hours is one generation, which means 9 hours,
right?
Or if it's 3 hours to play all 3 generations.
I'll tell you this: if that's the case, then I'm super excited, because everything else about this game is very appealing to me. The theme is appealing.
You're annoyed that it's only 3 hours?
No, the other way around.
Too long. It might be a session.
I'm not annoyed. Annoyed's the wrong word. I'm concerned.
Yeah, but you played Sleeping Gods. That's the same thing.
Well, but Sleeping Gods, I knew the whole thing. Like, you don't have to play it in one go. I mean, you play it in chunks.
I'm assuming I'm assuming if it's 3 hours, that sounds like you could pause between those.
I don't stop.
Again, if that's the case,
Did you play Sleeping Gods straight through?
No, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking.
12 hours.
Yeah, I actually did, but. I'm excited about the way this looks. I like the theme. The components look amazing. I mean,
it's pricey. It's $100.
It's not cheap, but it looks like you're getting a lot of game for that too. So I don't know. I'm very intrigued.
It's very popular.
There's been a few games with this theme, and there's also not been one that I've really liked yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
the mad
like
scientist thing?
Abomination was one
Yeah,
I was
you're
not
right.
into.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like this might be the one that gets us right.
Yeah.
For me, again, obviously.
Ooh, a wash in the middle corner.
Yeah, no,
It's
this
like
looks
So,
really good to me.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
All right. Stormweavers, a story-driven solo
believe I'm
tabletop
so super
game.
alone.
from. This is his first design.
You can save after each generation, Nicholas says.
Okay.
All right, let's hope that's true. Okay.
So anyway, this is a solo game.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it's almost a solo RPG.
Yeah.
But it's not quite because there's a board that you're moving the things through. And by the way, I'm not hating on these little guys as opposed to miniatures.
I'm a
Not
fan.
every game needs miniatures.
No, and
Disagree.
I like the
minis.
glass or
Get out.
acrylic. I like those. I think
Sorry,
that's a neat.
violence is never the answer.
No. Yeah, this is probably leaning more into the RPG side of
This
things
is
that
actually
I
leaning
go for.
more towards me.
You're right.
For my solo play, this is the
Yes.
kind of thing I would do. No, I like the idea of
agree
going
with
through
you.
a campaign. That's my
If you back
jam.
a solo only game, this is a new
No,
page.
you've done that. You've played solo
You've
only
been
games.
gone.
He's
for a
been
year.
he's played solo games, but have you backed a game that only will play one person ever?
No, I've never done that.
There we go. See? Have you ever purchased a hat that would turn itself
All right.
also into a bucket?
I actually think this looks really cool, and for a first time thing, that's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
it's a nice looking page.
All right. Hidden leaders. Can't find them. Next project. Another big project.
This is
a quarter
doing
of $1 million.
really well. This blows my mind.
Does this not? Does this cover? If you didn't know who did this, who would you think was publishing this game? Just based off the cover and the font there.
Oh, KTBG.
Yes, that looks like a kid's.
Not the artwork.
Not the
though.
art,
Maybe not, but the- yes.
where the font
I'm
is and
telling
how
you,
it's
I
written.
saw this. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, are they putting out another one already? It looks a lot
Because
like
to me,
that.
that cover actually, I don't know if it is artwork from Santiago Weber, but it looks like
It does look like it, right?
Might not be. But
Yeah, I actually like the art in this quite a bit.
This looks really good. This
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
I think this is actually making quite a bit of its money based on its look.
Sure.
You know, because the
Yeah.
card game seems like an all right card game.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I'm.
It's
I'm not sure if
deduction,
I'm wild
man.
about
I'm a big fan of deduction.
It's a tug of war
not,
game.
though.
It's
It's
a
not
tug of war
really.
game. You're trying to decide
Oh.
where are those tokens going to be on the board, and you want to try to have the most favor with whatever that is, whether it's the fire side or the water side. It's a tug of war game. It's not really much of a deduction game.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I don't think it is.
I
It seems
love
okay.
the look of this game.
The look
It
is
looks
beautiful. I think
fantastic.
again that's a big part of it.
And the price, it seems pretty good too, right? Wasn't it relatively cheap?
Yeah, $25.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
That's a really good, and that's another reason it's doing well. Because
Sure.
look how many people backed it for
Oh,
that.
for sure.
$8,000 for a $25 card game. That's worth it.
Right. Yeah. No, it's
And you could buy 2.
you could.
You could buy 4.
whoa.
Let's not be ridiculous now. Come on.
What's the
It's
max-
interesting. They're not calling this a retail pledge. It's just 4.
Yeah.
What's the most you can buy?
I don't know.
Is it just 4?
Tom, why don't you try backing? See how many you could what the highest quantity you can put in for that 4-time hidden leaders. Can you put it in for 4,000?
No, don't try to trick me. All right.
Ooh,
I hate this so much. All right.
Purryhedrals.
$106,000.
You know what? I tip my hat to cats. I tip my hat to cats.
Tip my cat to you, sir.
Because
Cats don't
okay,
like
so this
being
is the
tipped.
new thing. We were talking about this the other day. Just put something in a die.
Yeah.
Like every week, there's something in a
Yeah.
die.
But most of them don't make $106,000.
I'm confused.
And look like this. I'm
Again.
sorry. I'm just going to come out and say it. I think these look terrible.
They don't look.
I think
I don't think they look
look
great. I don't think they
terrible.
look great. In fact, I think.
Her goldfish one she did
I
last
think the
time.
last
Those look better.
project that this person did looked a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those look a little better. The
All right, I don't even like cats, and I think these look fine.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't think they look great, but they look fine. There's a little kitten in there. Look at that thing. He's trying to get out. He's like, ah!
And here's another thing.
I can't read them, though. That's a problem.
That is a problem. And they give you the option of the sharp or the soft dice, and I think that's nice. But I got raked over the coals
I saw that.
about First of all, I wasn't the one that was being the most vociferous. I don't really care about dice people. These two are the dice people, and they're the ones that were saying they don't like sharp dice. I just jumped on the bandwagon, and everyone's like, "Oh, Mike hates sharp dice."
No, I don't care about dice. I'm the playing cards guy, and various sweets and desserts.
You love dice.
I hate sharp dice. I'll take the blame on this one for 2 reasons. One, they're not comfortable to roll, and 2, they don't roll well. You roll them and they stop. They don't give you the satisfaction of a real roll.
They also get stuck in your throat. That's an issue.
What are you, a cat?
Let's go.
I like the stickers are cute.
Yeah, someone said meeples inside dice. Let's do
there
it
you go.
quick.
200 grand.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane, but yes, it might work.
Stationfall. Your space station's hurtling the Earth. In this game of murder, mayhem, blackmail, and betrayal. I thought we were trying to stop the station from falling, but apparently...
No.
This is from Ion Game Design, so...
Yeah, I was I was wondering why it was doing so well. Because nothing about it was like, this is a $100,000 project. But then when I know that they have a pretty dedicated core of people that like their games.
Also, there's AstroChimp.
I love AstroChimp.
I'm not arguing that.
That's my favorite part of the game.
And you don't like the medical robot?
I don't mind that.
I like that one.
I actually kind of like the characters.
What does he say? Must revive humans.
Yeah.
What else have these guys done? What's their following all about?
Well, it's mostly Eklund games. This is
like Phil Eklund and stuff. You mean,
I think it's his
Dawn
son
on Titan and I think are we mixing these guys up with someone else?
Maybe, but I think
Game Design BGG.
I think an Eklund designed this.
Yes, they did all these games. You're right. Okay, Neanderthal. We have these in the library. You'll never ever play one.
Right.
Well, I've played Phil Eklund games before.
Which one?
I lied.
I don't know if that was Phil Eklund.
You just got hidden leadered.
Go to the top.
Is this Phil Eklund?
I think it's a different Eklund.
James.
Matt Eklund, yeah.
Are they related?
Maybe a son, brother?
Yes. That doesn't mean it doesn't have to be that way.
Come on now.
Oh, Cole Worley saying it might change anything about games and the stories they tell. I'm worried now that this is super complex.
It's going to be complex, probably.
There's a chimp.
I will say, I don't like the artwork when it's put together like this.
No, but the individual characters
characters are fine. The board looks pretty neat. I like space station style boards.
Yeah.
But that is a lot of text.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, what's happening there?
All right, I'm putting a possible on this one. Possible.
5 out of 10.
More historic games from around the world. This guy will not quit.
Man, but he said he was going to do this. Basically, he said at the first time we saw one of these projects, he said,
I'm milking this until I die.
Going to find
I remember
every
that. That's a direct quote.
game that ever existed in history that involves a board and pegs.
I think, though, that
and I'm putting it out.
He's not doing this for money, obviously. He's not making a cash on this. And I think he has a passion for this, and he's doing it.
I agree.
Every time I see this, I think, that's really cool. I don't back them because...
here's what I've done. I've backed all of them.
Have you?
Yeah, and what I've done is I will go to random Cracker Barrels, and I will replace one of the ones they have there with one of these.
That would be me.
And then I sit back and I just watch the people as they get there.
And then you run up to me and you're like, you're an ignoramus.
No, Mike hangs out at Cracker Barrels like, do you not know how to play that? I do.
Let me show you.
I would like to see, you know what I'd like? He's got what? I think this brings the total up to 24.
I think you're right, yeah.
I would love to play what are considered, say, the best 3 or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not sure I want 6 games at the same time, but I like the idea behind these a lot. I love that they're available, and I love that folks are discovering these again. And
can you buy the whole set?
Yes. There's an all-in there.
That's all 6.
No, I think you can get some of the previous ones. Yeah, there you go. The whole enchilada.
The whole enchilada, 24 games. They don't have enchiladas at Cracker Barrel, by the way. I tried. No, I think this is a great idea. I think it's neat. I love the idea of kind of...
I could see this being like a marathon thing. Like, I'm going to play through all 24 of
these. And then rank them.
That's a lot of pegs.
Ooh.
That is a lot of pegs.
Let's go, Tom. That's happening. You and me.
Loop. Life of Ordinary People. I thought Loop stood for something like Like, what is the game just called? The Loop?
Yeah, we have Dr. Fu. That's the Loop. Yeah, that's a different game. That's a game that's not pretentious.
All right, so this is so this is a game that's talking about, hey, we're consuming so much, we need to calm down and live normally. Like it shows here in the beginning, lady shopping, this dude's eating, and also doing Star Trek. I'm not sure, and that guy is
weeping.
I had some issues.
You need to stop buying so much stuff.
I had some issues with this product.
Buy this game. Mm-hmm. This game, that video was quite preachy.
It was preachy. It was like
pretentious.
It was pretentious. It was behavior shaming in a lot of ways. I'm going to put it that way. I'm not going to be more explicit about that. But look, whether you agree or disagree with some of the things that they're addressing, I don't think there's anything wrong with addressing serious subjects in board games. But I think that this is coming at it with the wrong approach, in my opinion.
This is not that game.
Nothing about this looks like it would be anything fun. It doesn't look like it would even be a good conversation starter.
You know what I mean?
This
is just some sort of. It's honestly, I don't even think it's about necessarily what we're thinking it is. I think it's just a ham-fisted approach to. Lame sort of theme.
Yeah,
because I don't think it's about breaking habits. I don't think it's about living a better life. Mm-hmm. In the game, you are doing the things that they are shaming in the video.
Right.
It's just a really bad video.
Yeah, maybe that's what threw me off.
But it also, again, the whole thing he's telling you,
buy this stuff.
Again, so. I think that's a little disingenuous too. It's like, hey, did you notice our little marketing tricks we put in each pledge level?
Look at this nonsense.
Of course,
here.
I noticed it.
This is an early bird, but it's not really an early bird. Yeah, I'm not even talking about this anymore. Let's move on.
Yeah, that one annoyed me.
Aldabas, Doors of Cartagena. Mm-hmm. Now, I initially thought, not doing so hot, 11,000 that I saw was 552 backers.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Very inexpensive.
It's very small. It's a small card game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cost what? It's $20, yeah.
I was kind of, it feels like.
I don't think this needs to go to Kickstarter, frankly.
No, it's not, it doesn't seem very unique, right? But I felt like I played games like it, but I also felt like I would play this game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was like, hey, this actually looks fun. I understand how it works they do a really good job of explaining how the game plays. I feel like after looking at this page, I almost wouldn't even need to read a rule book, I feel like. I could play the game. So, I think this looks like a nice little card game at a decent price.
I like the theme about the door knockers being the main thing you're collecting.
Right.
It doesn't make a lick of sense, okay? No. It's a door above another door next to another door.
Yeah.
But I agree that the game definitely seems like a game I've played. Mm-hmm. You play a card, it triggers its power and the ones adjacent to it. Seen it.
Yeah.
In something. A bunch of times probably. You are then doing, whoever has the most doors of a color gets a special scoring at the end for that color.
Right.
Yes, okay. Mm-hmm. That's, I think, where it's falling down for me a little bit, but I think it looks very attractive. Mm-hmm. And I think the theme, while definitely pasted on, is nice. It isn't Wizards, again.
Right.
It's something different. Mm-hmm. So, I applaud this, but you're right, Tom. There's nothing about this as a Kickstarter, huh? They could have just printed this.
Sure.
Yeah, but maybe in today's society, that's the best way for it to. Maybe I'm thinking a lot of publishers.
They need to get on the Loop.
That's right. Did they watch the Loop video? I don't think they did. Clearly, they didn't.
All right.
No.
The Geeknson Bristol board game table. So Geeknson is one of the biggest board game table makers. Although, it's a pretty crowded market. I don't know if you guys noticed that the Table of Ultimate Gaming. They're on a fire sale now because that company's gone.
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a tough one. So here they have the Bristol. If there's anything I was like, man, I really like that font.
Oh, that is a nice font.
That just looks really good.
I just wish I knew if it funded or not.
No, we'll never know.
We'll never know. It's a nice looking table. I especially like the topper. I like the little bevel on the top. I think that's a nice look.
I don't know that I'm a big fan of benches at game tables. Do you like benches?
No.
I use them at like a game cafe before.
I like a back. I like a good
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not a big fan. This looks good. Nice. I agree that the top looks very nice. I like that. Yeah, you can
Have you
call
ever seen
them
that
up.
before?
That's crazy.
Someone put their phone number in?
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know that that's practical for a lot of people.
Well, you're calling about an item that costs upwards of $2,000, $3,000.
Right.
Of course, I'll answer your call.
Right, but how many times have you seen that on a Kickstarter page? Me, never.
None.
I think that's a neat idea.
I agree.
I think that's neat. It shows confidence in your product, right?
Yeah.
Well, this one is about this warlord is
massive.
It's bigger than the table we're sitting at.
Oof. That's a big boy.
That's a big tabla.
That's for you to hold meetings for sure.
Yeah, you can sleep on that table.
Well, that's what it's for.
Correct.
If you flip it over, it's like those old. You know, you have a casino table underneath.
Yeah.
But there's actually a bed.
I like it.
I don't know where we're going with this. Let's move on.
All right.
Swords of Light and Darkness, an expansion for Anno Domini 1666, which I didn't remember. Never played that game. Did anyone here?
I have not. Apparently, it's a miniatures game, but I didn't realize that.
But this game is not on Kickstarter. I went to look for the game.
Yeah.
And was the game on Kickstarter? I don't think it was.
They did not do a great job of explaining
No.
the expansion.
Well, I got 40,000.
I know, but I kept going through it going, okay, I understand that this is an expansion to a game I've never heard of. Tell me a little bit more about the game I've never heard of.
Right.
Don't you want some folks to maybe buy this?
Right.
Get the original game? This seems so targeted to people that are already into it.
Right. It's clearly a war game, but I don't know anything about it.
I really dislike that cover. The font, everything looks like Photoshop to me. Just quick thrown on. Those swords look like cheap lightsabers. They look like, what do they call those, like lightsabers? Like the S-A-B-R-E?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The cover I'm ambivalent towards, but I'm with you. I feel like I know nothing about this game other than apparently it's a war game because it's being put out by Wargamer Games. I mean, you would think that unless they're...
I like all these, they have all these people, right? Like, and then Esther.
Esther's a famous
Esther
character.
is a beast.
Alexander Dumas.
So the author is entering his own work?
That's correct, Tom.
Ooh, it's some Stephen King stuff.
Did it.
All right, let's go. Agents of SMERSH Epic Edition.
Bam.
So Agents of SMERSH came out a while ago. Originally it was from 8th Summit. It was one of the first story games, driven games. It was definitely based on Tales of Arabian Nights, but it had some more mechanism. It had this really funky dice mechanism that was cool. It was actually cooler sounding than it was in practice. And the story was fine. It was all about spies and all over it. But 8th Summit was gone. In fact, they were bought out. But maybe it was Everything Epic that bought them. I don't remember.
I don't know, yeah.
So this is an updated version where they're definitely not trying to talk about Mission Impossible or Kill Bill on the cover, for sure.
So you've played this, Tom, the original, right?
I have.
I never did play it.
It's a big story. I mean, you don't like Tales of Arabian Nights. I don't see how you would like this. Except in this one, there's a game behind it where you're trying to do different things. But so I want to be careful. This is a choose your own adventure cooperative board game. When I play Agents of SMERSH, it was choose your own adventure, except every page felt completely random from the last page.
Okay.
Like I might jump out a window running from spies, and the next one I'm on a submarine, and they don't necessarily. There's no flow.
Yeah.
I felt.
Yeah. I have not played it. I've heard about it. I mean, it's a game that is still talked about somewhat because I'm familiar. I just have never played the game.
This is one I'd like to try at some point when this is around. I'd like to see what it's like, but it seems like it would be divisive enough that I wouldn't want to blind buy this thing. You know what I mean?
My concern with this particular version of it is it looks like they said, how can we make this better? Let's add more stuff. Because this game doesn't look small at all. There's huge amounts of stuff in there. I don't remember the original game having that much stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that does seem to be the trend now.
It's also Everything Epic's trend. This looks okay here. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I don't mind the look of it, and the theme is fine. So
I'm a little tired of like deliberate parodies. I feel like we could be a little more subtle.
Sure.
Like she doesn't have to wear the Kill Bill outfit.
Yeah, I mean, that is a little on the nose there, I suppose.
Animals and Espionage, Natural Selection. I put this one on here because I just thought it was cute.
Yeah, and aren't they asking for a very reasonable or?
It's only want 3,500. They got it. They got 169 backers.
Sure.
There's still 7 days to go. It's a small little game. This is
two-player card game.
You ever say this once in a while that this is what Kickstarter's for?
Right.
I think this works. And it's also not a straight up take that game, which a lot of these small
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
It's got very pretty artwork. I do like whoever the artist is. They have a great eye. They have a great style. The game itself, I went through these little animations and what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, but this is, yeah, exactly. Like you said, this is the kind of project I like to see make it to Kickstarter.
Right.
Something that you have a passion about putting together,
also
and you
ships
do
this
it.
year.
It's a very reasonable
because it's
price
probably
too.
probably done or nearly done.
Yeah, this
Those
is
are very cute.
a nice little project. I don't think it's going to be for everybody, but what game is?
I like that. I like that gecko.
That gecko is.
The gecko is a little bit.
He's a little stoned, I believe.
I wasn't going to say it, Tom.
He's
but-
a hipster.
Florence.
The lion kind of looked like Mike a little bit.
Look.
Oh yeah, okay.
A little bit of salt and pepper going
Florence.
on there. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Opulent area control.
I got a
for
kick
one
out of
low
that. I may or may not have made fun of that phrasing yesterday, but
Look, sometimes you can put the word opulent in your game title. I'm not sure this particular company should be doing so. I did not like.
Brain Crack is not opulent, Tom.
What was their last game I played for
This is part of a trilogy. That was Ragusa,
I did not like it.
Venice, and
Did not play it.
now this one.
This one looks better than Ragusa. I was not a huge fan of, although I know a lot of people really do like
It's
it.
got more purple. Let's be honest. That's it.
No, I actually like it. I like that little carriage.
I'm going to say this. This to me looked like I was like, oh, it's the Euro game, and it clearly is Euro the Euro
Yeah, but
game.
I love these pieces.
But I kind of did dig this idea of you're trying to jockey. It seems like they're doing a nice job of at least trying to incorporate theme to help you learn the mechanisms. Because it's like, okay, these carriages are going to be coming around with these Medicis, right? The people you're trying to impress. And you can either tell big brags, there's a thing there for telling brags, or you can get in line to be the first to greet that carriage. That's nice because it helps you remember, oh, okay, so I want to be front in line, I'll get more points to greet the carriage. I thought that was cute. I just don't know if there's anything really unique other than just
Well,
a little,
I don't care. I want to try it because of the pieces. I don't think they meet the word opulent, but they look cool.
I think so you can brag. You can tell little brags, right? I don't know. This is a game I would absolutely play if we had a copy of it. I think
not.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
It looks very boring to me.
Did it?
Taking a brief jump from Kickstarter over to GameFound after the Empire Deluxe version reprint. Now this one's doing quite well.
It is.
It's probably because of this seal of excellence
I don't think
right there.
why. That seems a little opulent.
No. I love this game. It is fantastic. Even if they're... What is that old logo doing there?
My goodness, do I like this game, Tom says.
Did I almost say that again?
You almost did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did not care for it as much.
Yeah. I really struggled with kind of getting the idea of how the combat worked.
You can see, we just recently, me and Roy played this one live. For me, defending the castle from the guys coming in, it's such a fun puzzle. That's what the game is. It's a worker placement game setting up a puzzle where these guys are going to come in and invade, and you have to defend against them.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand the appeal. I do think that, man, are they doubling down on the plastic, though. I mean, this is like crossbows and catapults levels of plastic.
Yes, but I'm telling you, these plastic, I love that these are plastic wood cubes, but and plastic stone cubes, and plastic iron cubes.
I do think that's pretty fun.
Those are some of my favorite components for a game ever.
Yeah.
They just work because they... Wait, stone.
They're just slightly textured, right?
Yeah, those look a little different than the ones we have. The ones we have are gray. These are more white. I wonder if they've changed that because they look
kind
similar.
of stone. Who knows?
Yeah, those look different than the
great.
stones we have. Oh, food cubes. We don't have food cubes.
Food cubes?
Food cubes. I'm adding them to my pledge.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this.
That's all I'm getting. I might, actually. Wow. All right. Dominations Deluxe. Now, Dominations, I believe you played it, right?
I did, yes.
I think we're the only two you've not played.
Yeah.
I grabbed it. We had a copy, and I took it home and set it up one evening and read through the rules, and then I swept it back in the box, and I brought it right back.
Well, I believe this was in my top 10 games from last year.
You enjoyed it a lot, yeah.
I really like it. I will admit, it's a 2 to 4 player game. It definitely gets longer. I don't know that I would even play it with 4.
It has
It's 2 to 3.
fair amount of downtime.
There's a ton of choice in this game. That board doesn't look interesting at all, really.
And it really is not. It's very abstract.
It's a triangle thing.
Super abstract.
And the game is not even... I don't even feel
what
like...
did Tom Vassell say about it? Go back up.
What do you say? They have the right logo.
I find myself amazingly fascinated.
It's
so weird seeing your own quote on there and be like, hey, let me see what I said.
Now, what's your thought now to keep all of the expansion?
Okay, so actually we have Dominations in the Dice Tower library here, and I got rid of the expansions, not because I didn't like them. I thought they were fine. I thought some were better than others, but because I thought the original game has enough stuff in it, and I didn't feel like digging through it.
Sure.
These big boxes, I'm getting a little weary of them myself.
I know. Yeah.
I like that they have all the special content in a box from the first Kickstarter. That's fine. You know the thing I'm most excited about? I'll find it for you.
I know exactly what you already mentioned.
Well, I already told you that. That's why.
I don't know what it is. What is it? Tell me.
It's not Hegemon or Provinces or Silk Road.
I see you, Gator Dave. I see you.
Or reviewed all these Monument Capitals traits, a domination token. That's
What is
cool.
it? I have to know what it is.
It's
Coming in the
still
slipcase.
down there.
Where is it?
Keep going.
Tell me what it is.
Because I just
Tom.
wanted to. Oh, there it is.
There
right
we
here.
go, right there.
Wooden knowledge sliders and limits. As dumb as that sounds, the pieces that came in the original game for these little sliders that you move up and down, they're horrible.
They're awful.
They're
And
tiny.
they're important
Yeah,
because they
that's
keep
like the
track
whole
of
game.
It's very important. You use them
And
a
so
lot.
I want those.
Yes. Tom, would you call those pieces opulent?
I call them not optional, actually.
Yeah, you need those. That's true.
Upgraded solo mode, no one cares.
Yeah, it seems like they needs to be in there.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
upgraded one. How is that? Is that a thing that's already in there? Or do you have to buy that separate?
No, you can buy. So the first
right.
returning backers, I like that. It's $43, get everything that's new.
Yeah, including the wood
Yes.
stuff, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, that's good.
Then there's, if you don't have it, it's $182 to get everything.
Hard pass.
Whatever. I love this game. This is a fun game. Ignore the cretins.
Opulent.
Game Toppers 3.0. We already talked about this a lot, but in fact, we were just recently sitting at a Game Topper in the other room.
We were indeed.
And we in the office area, we got a Game Topper. We needed one to put on table, and Mike said it's going to be super sturdy, and it was indeed.
It is. Yeah, I've been very happy with my Game Topper.
Yeah, this is doing quite well. I'm happy to see that it's doing very well.
Oh, and also he has some of the
Good-looking
best
page.
mats in the business.
Yeah. And, we've talked about, you were just saying earlier today that this is a more and more crowded space, but I do think that this sets itself apart clearly from the rest of, gaming table market, because
no one else does this. It's
nobody
really
else
weird.
does it. It is legitimately portable. It's not something you're going to carry 4 or 5 of them around, but you could take it.
It's definitely easier to move than say the Geeknson.
Right.
Yeah, you set and you forget.
But you could also take this, like if you could keep this in your garage and say let's game and get it in and out. You would need 2 people to do it, but it would not be overly difficult.
No.
Yeah,
we
for sure.
set these up ourselves. I was able to put it in my car.
Yes.
Now I have a hatchback, but it wasn't that hard to fit it in, so you could even take it somewhere with you.
Yeah, it's for a different.
Actually, I might be able to do it by myself.
You
'cause
could.
it's 2
I've done it
halves.
by myself. Yeah, you just put a half on the other half.
Yeah, but you're a beast, man. So.
Look, I am frighteningly strong. But this is true. But no, it takes literally seconds to put it together.
I also really like this edge. The Viking
Viking
edge.
thing, yeah, it's cool.
It's now that's opulent. You want opulent?
Yeah, that's
opulent
true.
right
Come
there.
on, that's really beyond.
Now, here's the one thing I'm really excited about for this particular campaign is that, as odd as it sounds, because we were talking, the larger ones are in halves, right?
Yeah.
He's got a thing that you can put a rail on one half to basically, you can either have your full-size Game Topper or 2 of the smaller ones. I think that's cool, too.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, right. So you can turn a half
half
of one
into
into
a
a
smaller
full one with
table.
the
Yeah.
missing rail, right?
It's neat.
All right, that's not a bad idea. All right, cool.
I like the square one. Mm-hmm. I think the square ones are a nice size too, and they're definitely very easy. So, again, especially based on the space you have in your home. If you need one that you can pop on and take off and put away, man, this is the way to go.
And the mats are legit. Look at Tom Vasso. He'll
Those
tell
mats are good.
you. On Crowdsurfing.
Hey, I'm coming out of a watch.
Oh, look at Sepia Tom. I have to tell you, there's no better Tom than Sepia Tom right
unlike
there.
every other person here, I didn't have to do no dress up for him to put me in this old time
That's true.
thing.
You already look like you're in one of those.
That's right. I was prepared.
You look like you're in one of those tin-type pictures you get at amusement parks. You
That's
know,
right.
you should be holding a rifle there, Tom.
He brought his own watch,
Shut up.
pocket watch.
Dice Theme Park, the sequel to Dice Hospital. I was really briefly excited about this, and my excitement is gone. And I'll tell you why. Because Z and me disagree. I wish every game was a theme park game.
Yes.
He does not like it.
Not
I
a big
love
fan.
this theme.
Yeah.
And I really like Dice Hospital. In fact, I just sorted out in the library.
Me too. I like Dice Hospital.
And then when I came in here and looked this over, the game is not that different. And it also doesn't look like a theme park game at all.
No. Also, if you scroll up a little bit to where they're doing the comparison between Dice Hospital and this one, keep going just a little
there's an
bit.
image
Right
right
here,
there.
right here. I prefer. You look
First of
at
all,
the
Dice Hospital is not a 2 out of 5 stars.
No.
Unless, no, it's not that. It's
not.
3.
But it's like this is saying this has more complexity and more interaction. I don't know that that's what I'm looking for in this type of a game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I also agree with you. I don't think Dice Hospital is a 2 out of 5. I mean, there's a fair amount going
There's a lot
on
of
in
stuff
that
going
game.
on in that game.
Yeah, I taught that at Dice Tower West this year. I like Dice Hospital.
I do, but this one doesn't look like a theme
It's
park
also
to me. I mean, it has the pictures, but
It's different designers. I mean, it's not the same game.
no, it's not. I just don't. Dice Hospital felt like this is cool. We were just talking about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting so meta with our gaming now, sticking the word meeple, making dice and everything. Not everything has to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the roll and write thing as part of the title is definitely another big one that's become that.
It is.
And then people, of course, doing the puns. Like dork and right or whatever. It's like, stop. This is too meta.
Now, I could be wrong.
Too
This
self-aware.
game could be amazing.
Sure.
When it comes out, I'll play it, and I will say, well, I was wrong. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah, I'd like to be wrong on this because
I do like that.
Yeah, that's nice. It's not painted, but when you get it, but yeah, it's nice.
Our ambulances are painted in the Dice Hospital game. They are. I just was looking at them. All right.
That's opulent.
That is opulent, yes. Zombielife Insurance.
Are you insured for a
I had
zombie
the hardest time figuring out what that said. I was like, Eli? Oh, Zombie Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not great graphic design, but
No.
they made up for it with the...
What a jerk.
Now, I do think...
Aren't these the people who made the e-currency games?
Oh, you may be right, Tom.
Let me look. I think
I think
they're
you're
the ones who
right.
made the crypto coin games.
Dirty Money, yeah.
Yeah, cryptocurrency, Detzilla.
Yeah.
They always make... The weird thing is, all their games are actually about economics.
Yes.
No,
yes.
so what they're
Like
trying
the
to do
weirdest economic games they can come up with. Because I was watching the video,
Right.
and I got as far as I was like, you're in a world filled with zombies.
Right.
You have to survive. You have to invest, and that's as far as I got. As soon as they were like, invest, I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in a world with zombies,
Right.
I want to survive. Yes, I want to protect myself. I do not want to invest.
Yeah. You probably don't want long-term
I'm
investments
not
during a
worried
zombie
about that.
apocalypse,
Yeah,
right?
I'm sorry. No, that's not the thing. I'm like, buy stock or sell stock?
Right.
So either way, this is definitely... I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to take a deep concept and be like,
Sure.
add a funny theme to it, like Detzilla. You're
Right.
in debt. It's a monster. You need to fight it with your superpowers of saving and not spending money at Starbucks.
Like the loop?
Like the loop.
This is not pretentious.
That's
true, it's
true.
not.
This is at least leaning into the silly, and yeah, it does not look appealing to me in the least. But
Oh.
Speaking of the silly, we're going to jump into that in just a moment. But before we do, let's jump over to Mark.
Hey folks, welcome back to our Dice Tower preview recap. I'm Mark, and today we're going to be entering into a battle with angels and demons. We're also going to be defending a castle and going to build a civilization. All right, let's get to it. First up, we have Castle Panic Deluxe. And as it suggests, everything in this is a deluxeified version. You've got all the expansions, all the gameplay that you know so well from 2009. You've got the Dark Titan, you've got the Wizard's Tower, you've got Engines of War, and a new one that they're working on, which is called Crowns and Quests. Very excited to check that out. But really, the thing here is that they've really taken the game and put a new shine on it, new artwork, all kinds of miniatures, and the tokens you pull from the bag are now thick and wooden tokens. Really nice, chunky feeling as you battle it out. But everything in this deluxe version is just beautiful. Really done a nice job. And next up we have Angel Fury. You will be battling it out between angels and demons, trying to gather resources from the life spring and from crystals to upgrade your cards and get more cubes for your command to issue orders to all the troops out in the field. Truly an epic battle between good and evil. And lastly, we have Mosaic. this is a civ building game, and you're going to be building out your civilization. You're going to have a unique leader, different resources that you're starting with that nobody else is, all kinds of technologies you're trying to develop to build out your civilization. And along the way, you hope to have some wonders of the world built and then take over areas of the board to maximize your points, all kinds of different buildings and projects to build as well. It's really an interesting take because it moves really quick for a civ game. You do one action on your turn and it moves around the table very fast. So the nice thing, of course, is that in this type of game, lots of available options to you and all kinds of directions and ways to build out your civilization. And so for my pick of the week, the thing here is that Mosaic is a fantastically amazing game and just really well done civ. If you like civ games, you definitely need to check it out. But, Castle Panic has been a family favorite for so long. And I love the new components. It adds so much shine to the game and presence on the table. So I'm definitely giving up for Castle Panic. It definitely holds a soft spot in my heart, as my kids always wanted to play this one growing up. All right, folks, if any of these games look like they might be of interest to you, please go check out our full previews. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. All right, folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
That guy was strutting his stuff there, wasn't he?
I love how he walked right by Mark, too.
Yeah.
It's like, puny human, talking about games.
Mark usually has something scary coming up behind him, and he just needed another Mark behind him. He was like a little bit fierce with that hoodie there today. I don't know if I'd want to meet Mark in a dark alley. Especially a snowy one. What's the matter with you?
Let's take a look
freezing.
at a sucky project here.
Yes.
No joke.
It
Neozoon. This lamp sucks. So this is a lamp that you can, where is it? That you can just stick on the wall.
There you go. Look at that.
Are you going to mute it or no?
I think
it is muted already.
Lightweight, you can carry around like a flashlight and then
Adventures.
stick it somewhere. Like, I wonder, they're showing us inside, but what, like, this be useful like in a cave?
Well, it won't
You need
stick to anything
a flat
in the cave.
surface.
If you find a flat slate wall.
No, you have an idea. Like the tiniest, like, undulation.
How about exploring an old haunted house?
Now
Yes,
you're talking.
maybe if
Now
they have a mirror
you're
or like a
talking.
window.
Or if you're walking down a snowy road, maybe, and you need a light, and you can stick it onto
Stick
an
it on some
orc.
sort of orc. His belly is probably flat and grooveless
right.
enough.
I love the idea of this. I don't love the price.
Yes, it is.
It's a neat idea, though.
It is $146.
Hello.
I liked it a lot.
It's
I
a
thought it
neat
was
idea.
great looking. Mm-hmm. I just really like the idea of being able to, like, grab this thing from one room, go to a different room, bop, stick it on
Right.
your fridge or something.
Right.
Oh, you know what? I need to, Roy, put us back on us. And I need to give everyone here their
that's right.
the survey so you can vote on the thing that's the best here. So
Survey says.
well, no, so you can vote on your Kickstarter of the week. So I need to jump into the chat
Look at this.
and put that link.
This is like the magic happening, Z. I feel like we've gotten a peek behind the
I
curtain.
know that you guys have never seen such things before. All right,
I feel like I'm in Agents of SMERSH.
link is in the chat. All right. Meanwhile, back to the lamp. So anyway, vote on your favorite Kickstarter of the week. All right, so the lamp.
Yes. Well, you went right past it. Oh, you're done with the lamp. Okay.
I'm done with the lamp.
All
Dice
right.
Coins
I like
2021, Gods and Goddesses.
I like it too.
They're not bad, right?
You spin the coin.
You spin the coin because it's got a little
Oh,
divot on
I
the
think
back.
the fact that they're dice coins are dumb. I was like, I
Yes.
like the coins.
Oh, well, that's the only thing they do is be dice coins. What do
No,
you
you can
mean?
just use them as coins.
For currency? Like
Yes.
actual, like to spend them? I'm confused.
Yes, I'm going to go to a
In a
grocery
game.
store and try to pay with
No, that's so expensive. That's like the really expensive way to get some coins in a game.
You're right, but I wish they would take those numbers off the edges and just make them normal coins.
that. Really?
You really are looking for a very different thing, sir.
I think you are.
Move along.
I think these are dumb.
Well,
You
I
don't
agree
like
with
these?
you there.
You don't like the idea of like the die? I thought it was all right.
I don't love it.
No,
You
let's get a
them,
die.
you spin them, bzzz, and you put your finger on it, and wherever it stops,
The number to the left of your finger.
the number, the first visible, fully visible number to the left of your finger.
Get a 20-sided die.
But what if
Yes,
you're
it's flatter.
doing one of these? What if you're lifting up your finger a little bit?
I would like this if it was made like the. Remember, I bought dice fidget spinners one time. That was neat because you spun it and then just stopped it.
Right.
I didn't have to sit there and go, which number? How do you spin it?
Dice fidget spinners?
Yeah, it was like a fidget spinner, and you spun it, and then you would just stick your finger in and stop it, and at whatever number you were at.
because it had like 20 grooves on it or something?
Yeah, well, no, I got all different numbers.
50? I think this is okay. I agree with you. The imprecision might be a little bothersome to me. But
You would not use these in a game. Here's what would happen.
No, this is a gimmick.
And after the 5th time, I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. You like, give him a die.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is like one time. You roll once or twice, and that's it. Not for a whole game.
Right. Fingerbot, Fingerbot.
This is one of my
This is
favorite.
Fingerbot Plus.
That's correct.
Now with more finger.
This is one of my favorite Kickstarters ever. You are buying a device that pushes a button.
presses a button for you. I love it.
You know what? Here's what I thought.
This is
I could get
brilliant.
one of these and put it on the Roomba, and it could drive the Roomba.
They showed that in this stuff.
did they? I missed that.
They
did
show
do it.
one
They
on a
did show
Roomba.
Well, I thought of it first.
No, they thought of it first.
They probably did.
This is the most opulent project I've ever seen.
I think this is
I need one to turn my computer
You want to
on.
turn on your computer? Yeah, that's great. I love that. Yeah, no, so basically, yeah, it presses buttons, it'll flip switches, it'll do rocker switches.
That's not. The thing is, though, when you're there, it's bulky, it's in the way, right? If
Right.
it was in a hidden, if there was a switch in a closet that you couldn't get to easily, this is great.
Yeah, right.
But
I
that
think this
would
is
bother
brilliant no matter what. You can flip a switch, a regular old switch, while you're not home. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well,
I
yeah,
know
but
it's a
what-
really like dorky solution to a problem, but it is a solution
Yeah,
that
but
works.
when you're home, though, when you want to flip that switch, that thing's
Well,
still
yes,
there.
it's still in the
Now
way.
you got this
That point
big
is
old
in the way.
Fingerbot,
Yes. And plus, look, I can bring in your groceries.
That's correct.
Actually,
One trip.
I was thinking this would be great, though, for practical jokes.
Yes.
I get like turning
Like you're
off
at home and
someone's
the lights
lights.
go flick, 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 flick. You're like, I know no one's in the building, but it's because I was there earlier that day and I left one of these.
I got you with my Fingerbot.
They're calling from inside the house.
Fingerbot it.
No, don't ever say that again.
I like it.
it's-
I don't know. I'd have to sit down and think about where I might put it.
It's not that expensive either, if I remember
I
right.
would use it on a thermostat, maybe.
Okay.
I would use it on a switch that was in a hard-to-get place.
Okay.
You want to automate.
I would use it on the
you want to do it
Roomba.
on something that you want to automate, right?
The
That's
Roomba,
the
I
thing.
would do it on the Roomba because the Roomba, I know you can schedule with the Roomba, but this you could schedule. I could be like, oh, you know what? Clean the house.
Okay, I guess that's true. I thought you were like saving you from having to bend down and
No,
How
no,
many
no.
times has this happened to you? Oh,
Look, no, but no, listen. I might want the Roomba to run like 3 times at night. I can schedule it.
how dirty are your floors, sir?
You're at them.
You have a good point.
filthy-
Oh, you knew you were going to put the Fingerbot on your light to wake you up at 3 in the morning. And then, get a smart speaker to be like, get up and clean, you filthy animal.
All right, moving on here. Medieval miniAlley Booknook. This is cool.
It's neat looking. It
This
really
is really cool.
Give me more
Really
Fingerbot.
expensive.
I want the Fingerbot. This is goofy.
How much is it? Oh, $219?
Yeah, for one. It's not cheap.
If you know someone, you got some money, you want to spend it on them, this is a great gift.
It's, if you've got maybe a nice little library or a small place where you like to keep treasured books.
Although super weird that they put it between George R.R. Martin books and not Harry Potter books.
I
That
know.
is
This is
true.
like
Yeah.
clearly
That's
Harry Potter
It
references,
definitely-
right?
It definitely is, yes.
Yeah, so that's an odd choice. Unless they were afraid that they would get
Maybe.
nailed to the wall.
But I
on that.
think, if I remember right, there's more than just kind of these types of dioramas. I think they're weren't there like cyberpunky looking ones?
Well, I think you can
or-
change the name of the
Yeah, I know
and you
that.
better be able to.
You can, but you have to pay for that. That's extra, by the way.
Oh, that doesn't come with it?
No, those are extra, and you can get little other pieces to add, like furniture, and those are extra. Then engraved top is extra. It's not cheap.
That's too much.
This is an heirloom thing, right? I
it
this,
really is.
It would have to
I
be.
really like it, though.
It's cool.
Seems like an Etsy thing more than a
It
Kickstarter
was Tom,
thing.
or Tom. Z, I think it was an Etsy thing.
You just Fingerbot.
I did.
You just got Fingerbot.
You just got Fingerbotted. Yeah, if you keep going, I think that they talked about this originally being sold on Etsy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling this one, guys. I'm glad you like it, but this.
No, I like
dumb.
it. But if that was 50,
Keep scrolling down. I thought there were other scenes.
if that was 50, I would buy it in a second.
Yeah, see, medieval, Japan, Italy, wizard. So they've got different types.
Oh, I do like that Japan one. How many can I get?
As many as you
Many.
want. I mean,
Two
it
of
depends
them.
on your
Two
bank.
for $4.39. You want to split it?
No.
All right, 4. You in?
No.
Roy?
I'll get a Fingerbot. Not this.
No.
Too broke for that.
All right, ChopChucks. I'm sorry.
Chop.
By the way,
Chucks.
if you have a great project to send it to me at tom@dicetower.com. I will not put all of them on the show, but I will pick and choose.
But keep in mind, if ChopChucks made the cut, you've got a pretty good
Well,
shot.
I pick for 2 reasons. One, I pick a thing if they look cool, and one, I pick if they look ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely right. This is great. I mean, come on. This is
I'm
amazing.
sitting there eating. A guy comes to attack me. I'm like, hang on.
Oh,
You know,
my
you have the last little piece of sushi, and you have a little.
You have a mano a
Chuck
mano
off.
with the person, yeah.
I like that they're like, it's a skill toy.
Oh, it's a skill toy.
You know how many stuff's going to be broken? This is such a ridiculous
There's
project.
going to be in about when
But
is
I
this
want it. I want this, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
they're pretty slick.
In like a year when this delivers, there's going to be a whole lot of broken plates at someone's house. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, look what I got. Shattering all their porcelain.
Walk into the ER with it sticking out of your pupil. It's a 1,000,000 shot.
Guys,
Doc.
I gotta say, I did not know there were nunchuck names for.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure,
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah.
vertical roll-ups, you never heard of that?
They're right next to the fruit roll.
I did not. These are like yo-yo
The
tricks.
Cyclone had a sequel.
Cyclone
You never
2.
knew about that, did you? Somebody was like, "Dad called out the Cyclone."
All
show
right,
you.
Let's move on here. This is my favorite Kickstarter project ever.
Wow. This
The
is
spinning coin toss coin.
What's it made out of?
versatile plastic.
As opposed to that like one-use plastic, you know?
Listen, I love this because, like, hey, if you don't know how to do a heads or tails, you're like desperate.
Yeah.
Maybe they think there's gonna be a coin shortage.
How many times has this happened to you? Yeah, I don't understand in any sense.
I'm really. This cracks me up. With a convenient handle behind and spin.
Handle.
Just flip the coin. Spin the coin.
It's a dreidel,
It's a-
right? I mean, it's like
right.
basically a dreidel coin.
Yes.
And it very clearly says heads or tails.
Is that in case you don't know?
Yes. But I just don't understand.
I heard the NFL is going to be using these.
Oh, absolutely.
Call it.
All right, let's go to picks of the week. We're going to take a look at the People's Choice soon. All right, Mike, what do you got?
I'm going to go with my father's work. I think that is the most impressive looking project of this week. I'm especially you guys are convincing me that maybe that 3 hours is not per session. If that's the case, I'm definitely really excited. Even if it is, I'm still impressed with the project, and I hope it's as good as it looks.
Yeah. No, this is one I hope is good. Again, I feel like there's a lot of these projects out there now.
are.
I don't have time to play all of them. These big,
Yeah.
grandiose ones.
Yeah.
But I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my pick was going to be the same thing, Mike, so I'll
Oh.
go for my number 2 then. Hidden Figures or Hidden...
You can pick the
You
same
can pick
project.
the same thing.
No, I want to pick my second choice. Hidden Leaders, that's it.
Yes.
Hidden Figures is that
It's a
film.
movie, right?
That's a good film.
It is a movie.
Yeah, this is the one. I like the look, and really, I mean, this being my second choice was coasting a lot on that look.
Yeah. It looks
And it's
lovely.
inexpensive. It just seems very charming. I hope the gameplay is good, but man, this
Almost-
game will get me to sit at the table and play. You know,
Almost
that's-
10,000 backers. I mean, it's
Yeah.
doing really well.
Yeah. So there you go. Hidden Leaders.
It looks nice.
All right, the spinner.
That's your call there.
No, I'm gonna have to pick this one. No, I'm not. Not pledging for this. I got to get out of here.
Continue browsing.
There you go.
Let me out. After the Empire. Now, yes, I played this one already. Although my second choice was, I don't know about the Dominations because I love the game, but I don't know that it needed more.
Yeah.
My second choice probably would have been the one that you picked after the Empire. But after
My father's.
my father's
Work.
After the Empire, I
Fingerbot.
love this game, and I think it's
Third
fantastic.
choice.
It works
Fingerbot.
well.
Yeah.
Fingerbot. All right. Anyway, after the Empire, my pick.
Well, should we guess what the people picked?
I'm going to say at my father's work.
Probably. Yeah, probably so.
All right, let's find out.
I had a couple of people talk about, see a couple of people talk about Hoplomachus. That's not this week for us, right?
Oh, Game Toppers. We almost forgot about that.
Oh,
that was a good
Game Toppers.
Oh, After Empire was third, but my father's work gets the people's choice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back here. Let's see. What else? Game Toppers, After Empire, Other.
And I'm telling you, it's because of, I saw a couple people saying I'm picking Other because of Hoplomachus, but I don't think that that's for us this week, right? I believe that's, because that just launched.
Unless they're doing a Kickstarter and super quickly.
Yeah, let's take a look.
We'll take a look. 8 days. Wow, that's a short Kickstarter.
It is.
Did we miss it? Was it out for a while? Okay, we'll look at it real quick.
I think it just came out.
Hoplomachus.
Yes.
Now, this is kind of a weird mix for me because I thought Hoplomachus was a decent game when I played it years ago, and the company was not even really that well known.
No.
Then they made
Too Many Bones,
and they lit up.
This is Chip
Theory. Yeah. This was their first game.
I don't know that I'm as interested in this because of that reason. I thought it was an okay game. Now, they might have changed it. They may be bringing in stuff. The quality is definitely going to be better.
Yes. Yeah, I will tell you, I was not necessarily all that interested originally. I'm hearing a lot of good things, and I was the same way about Too Many Bones. It took me a while to warm up to that. I really love it now. It took me, I like Cloudspire. I backed Burn Cycle. So I'm certainly going to be paying close attention to this. I've heard really good things. I thought it had.
Well, we have Hoplomachus.
I'll need to try it out in the library. Yeah.
The original, though.
The original, yeah.
Well, there's two actually. There's two
Origins, I think, and yeah.
Alrighty. Well, now we're not talking about this next week. We could have. We could have talked about it then. You took away some of the time for next week.
Right. This is obviously.
I don't know who I'm scolding.
Maybe
you know what
week,
you did.
Maybe next week we could talk about Fingerbot again.
Oh, we will.
That's how much time is left on it.
Yeah, we can.
How much time is left?
I'm just kidding.
35 days.
We're talking about this the next
every single week. This is going to be like a
checking
journey.
in on you, Fingerbot.
That's right. We'll hear back from you next week.
Alrighty, folks. Thanks for watching Crowdsurfing. We got more videos going up all day today and tomorrow. Lots of stuff. Keep an eye out for it. We'll be back live tomorrow for Board Game Breakfast. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Mike DeLisio.
Have fun pressing the button.
Beep, beep,
Now.
beep.